It's pretty funny because like I grew up with like most kids are eating McDonald's and I'm sitting there like having prosciutto sandwiches. I had a pretty expensive palate at a young age. I've been raised in a restaurant. My family had a restaurant called the Villanova. It opened up in 1933, and I was literally birthed in the kitchen since I've been a child. No, my last name Dale is actually my grandfather's acting name. My grandfather was a silent film star, and so him and Charlie Chaplin opened up the Villanova together. His real last name's Delisio. So the rest of our family all have the last name Delisio except my family. We're all last name Dale because that's just my grandpa's that was his stage acting name. Yeah, my grandpa back in the days he was an actor. Also, he was one of the founders of the Stuntman's Union in Hollywood, and then he hung out with all these silent film stars of Charlie Chaplin, Errol Flynn, all these guys that he was friends with. Like Dean Martin used to come eat dinner with him every week because Dean was from Abruzzo, Italy, which is the same town as my grandpa was from. And so Dean came in every Friday night, had his table over there. And Mickey Cohen was one of my grandpa's really good friends. Yeah. Yeah, he was also a chef, and so he made us money in silent film so he could open up his restaurant. And then as soon as he got enough money to open up the restaurant, he left the film industry and was in the restaurant business for the rest of his life. Yeah, my grandfather started that in 1933 on the Sunset Strip in Los Angeles, and then we moved it down here in '68. And then I was born in '79, and that was my preschool. You had like back in those days, like you could go and have dinner at the restaurant, and then you go pick up your ticket upstairs to go to like the underground casinos that were like down the street. And like they give you the address for like wherever the game was going on when you have dinner in the restaurant. Oh yeah, just from growing up in the restaurant and being around my grandma my whole life, it's just like. I definitely have a wealth of knowledge to the old days. It's pretty cool because like I still have all the old menus from the Villanova too. Like yeah, from like I have them from 1930 on, and it's so crazy to watch like the food they were doing. It's like my grandpa back in the 30s is you had to call in your meal a day before because he'd just go shop for it, and so he'd have it cooked. So if he was doing a braise, he'd start that braise 4 hours before you came in there on that dish, and you'd come walk in there to having that freshly cooked like that. And so most dishes at his restaurant, he needed a 24-hour advance notice on it of what you wanted to eat before you came in. I kind of think back in those days, if you skipped out on your reservation, you probably had Mickey coming after you. That's what, yeah.